Hi everyone, I am Kyle Cordes at Oasis Digital, and I'm going to speak briefly about working here. I'm going to start straight to the point. We're looking for you to work at our office flexibly some days of every week. We're looking for people entry level who are really sharp through guru who are really sharp. We work with the web technologies, we work with full stack, we focus on Angular, but we also do React, Node, we use Java, we use lots of esoteric technologies. We care about quality, community, and results. If you want a little bit more about us, Oasis Digital is in St. Louis, Missouri, right in the middle of the USA. We do software development, we do training, we do consulting. We are a small but growing company. We're very collegial, and we work intensely but reasonable hours. Little tiny bit about me. I started the company in 2001. It's a lot more than just me now, but I still get to do these videos. We actually operate 3 brands or companies. The Oasis Digital does consulting, Angular Bootcamp teaches about Angular, and then we have a company, Expium, which does Atlassian expert work, like work around Jira. You'll occasionally hear that mentioned. It's some of the same people as Oasis Digital, but some different people. Our websites for those 3 organizations, if you're interested, you can pause right here before I move on and make your way to those websites. The most important thing about Oasis Digital is what kind of customer we typically do work for. We work mostly for companies doing big, complex, scaled things. So even though we're a small organization, our customers tend to be large, complex organizations. Our technology stack includes lots of current sort of 2017 grade technologies. Actually, as I look, this slide is slightly obsolete. We're using Angular 4 right now, and I have a 2.0 on this slide. But Angular is probably the technology we're most well known for, but we use lots of others. So we're looking for people who are interested in the web as a platform. You don't necessarily have to be a super tight expert on one specific technology. The technologies will change and smart people will keep up. We are now actively looking to hire more of our core developers who are also trainers. Occasionally we hire people not quite entry level, but with pretty little experience. We hire people all the way up through guru, just if we find and meet the right people. Again, it'd be great if you've worked on technology stacks that have some overlap with what we've done. As a core member, you'll be a full-time employee, you'll get a salary, you'll get benefits, you'll work mostly at our headquarters in St. Louis. You'll also collaborate extensively online. In a minute, I'm going to show some pictures of what that looks like. Occasionally, you're going to travel around to meet with customers. We do a full range of work. You can stop and read this slide if you need to have it repeated again. Our workspace, we operate in a very kind of boring corporate-looking building, but on the inside, we've tried to make our space well-suited for our needs. We tend to do a lot of work in collaboration workspaces like the one you see pictured here. This is what it looks like with one person working locally and one person remote. This is what it looks like with a whole bunch of people working locally, and so this is the sort of thing we do all the time. We are right in the middle of the country, and we're sort of on the western edge, or the western side of the St. Louis area if you happen to be from around here. We really think of ourselves though as being from Earth. So that, where do I work? Well, I work everywhere, wherever I need to be on Earth so far. We do quite a bit of training. The rooms sort of look like this, a bunch of people paying a lot of attention because we try to keep our training very interesting. You should consider working here because we try to stay toward the leading edge of web technologies, but we also try to ship useful working things to customers who use it for real as frequently as possible. We learn extensively. We learn intensively. We try to really master our tools here. So we're not the sort of place that learns a tool just enough to hobble along. We're the sort of place where people really get deep in their tools and learn them very well. In fact, sometimes we describe programming as not only practical work, but also a kind of performance art. We are a consulting firm, but we're not a body shop. So we do projects for customers. We're not like kind of a way of working at a customer. When you work with us, you work with an Oasis Digital team, even though you may collaborate extensively with customer people as well. Working at a company like ours that does training is a great way to kind of move your own skills along quickly. Excuse me, one of the best ways to learn something very, very deeply is to train other people. So if you really want to master a tool or a technology or a technique or anything, don't just use it yourself, also teach someone else. We have very casual logistics. We dress casually in the office. We would dress up a little bit for the right kind of customer if we need to, but around the office we're pretty casual. We work very flexible hours. We get together because we're going to collaborate. We don't show up at the office to work separately. We show up at the office to work together. We have the usual good benefits you would expect of a quality company in 2017, competitive salaries, high quality health insurance, holidays, vacations, 401ks, all the sort of usual stuff you would like. Your qualifications are going to vary considerably by where you are. As I said, occasionally we hire people that are relatively junior, but we really would prefer to find some people who are also quite senior. So you're expected to have good qualifications for where you are. So if you have 1 year of experience 10 times in a row, that's probably not a good fit. But if you've worked on a lot of really interesting projects for 10 years, you may be a great fit. We prefer people who have some kind of difficult university degree. Sometimes that's a technical degree, sometimes it's not, but the important thing is, the thing that makes it really valuable is if you've just done difficult things. That means you might be a good fit for us. We, of course, we're equal opportunity in all the important ways. Our job posts will have some legalese, but we like to just sort of give a slide like this for a video. If you want to learn more, look at our website, read our blog, go to our YouTube channel, and watch some of us give talks. If you're still interested at this point, here's how we hire. First, you watch this video, then you contact us if you have any kind of questions, then you'll apply. Wherever you got this video, there's probably some link where you sort of fill out the usual form to apply. You'll interview briefly with somebody. If that goes well, we'll have we tend to do a kind of coding together session as our more intensive interview. We want to see what it's like to actually sit and work with someone. And then if that goes well, we'll do some sort of more HR style interview process. We try to do video chat for as much of this as possible because we want to feel like we're getting to know the person even if we're not sitting in the same city as we discuss. I mentioned that we do a coding session as part of our interview. Here's a few words if you want to read them about why. But the most important thing is this is a way to get to know each other and to see each other in action. So we're reading a resume about some interesting work that happened when somebody was there. That's not nearly as informative as working on some code together for a couple of hours. We find that this works great, and it doesn't involve the sort of homework that you see some companies trying to give out where they want you to go off and do some project or something. We just code together for a couple of hours, and that kind of takes the place of anything like that. Again, if you want to apply, you probably want to go to our career page. It'd be great if when you apply, if you tell us some kind of information about yourself more than just, I'd like to work there. Put a few words about these topics if you think of it. That's really all I had to say in this short video. Certainly feel free to watch it again if you missed anything because I go pretty fast, or take a look at our web careers page here to keep up to date. Bye-bye.